Some really high profile unexplained deaths because of cardiovascular diseases.
Anything in excess, as I said, no, it's harmful. No food is good and no food is bad. It is just a myth that I'm carbs free. A bowl of curd, homemade, okay, to be precise, is always the best probiotic.
Okay.
Anything, though it's the best, will definitely give you a sugar spike if you eat excess. During my second pregnancy, I was completely with the plant-based diet. Hormonal imbalance is part of female.
A woman's body goes through so many more changes than a man's does.
India has always been into where hemoglobin is always poor into the female. Mixing of fruit and milk is anyways not recommended. IVF is one of the sensitive topics.
Happy 2026 everyone, and welcome back to my show. This year I've decided is going to be the year of health for me, and keeping that in mind, I have a very interesting guest for you. A couple of days ago I was reading that India is notoriously becoming the lifestyle disease center of the world. Diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, heart diseases, mental illnesses, all of these are very scarily prevalent. So I have with me today a medical nutritionist with over 17 years of experience, who's also a consultant to 3 well-known hospitals. She's going to talk to us about the lifestyle diseases, whether they can be prevented, whether they can be cured or reversed, as well as some of the most common questions on nutrition, health, food and fitness that you might be likely to think about and ask. So hi Rashmi, welcome to my show.
Hi Sampada. Thank you for a special invite, and it's a privilege that you have taken up the topic, which is the lifestyle diseases, which has been a most common these days. And India is, raising with these diseases where we were at the bottom earlier.
Yeah. We read about these articles which talk about all these diseases. Is it true? Are they really so prevalent today as we are reading about in the news? What is your personal experience?
Yes, with my personal experience, I would say rather, the BP, the hypertension was not much into the consideration considering the age factors and all. In fact, hypertension has also come into teens these days. It was only the adults or, elderlies who used to suffer. But now the age factor has gone down in them as well. And moreover, the India is almost in the 1/3 with the covering of the heart diseases. And there is no age barrier again in there as well.
No, it's very scary. There have been some sort of, some really high profile unexplained deaths because of cardiovascular diseases, including from my industry, where the people were barely 40 or very close to 40 and they just passed away in their sleep. This has happened 2 or 3 times in the recent...
But all this reason is all lifestyle. See, basically how it happens, stress, we all know we are all dealing with the stress, okay? Emotional connect is more towards financial or towards just with the profession or something. There is no satisfaction, there is no happiness. Okay, then what happens is stress is the factor, the eating patterns. Earlier we used to always be dependent on a simple home cooked, or as we say, sattvic food. Nowadays everything is processed. Whether we consider oil, whether we consider the packed foods, which have taken the kitchens to a toll, and we are completely dependent on these packed foods.
Okay.
These are the main reasons, and definitely the few of the addictions like smoking, alcohol, in industry who were not into these things or also had a attack with the impact of these heart attacks. Yes, but there are the reasons they were overdoing also.
Okay.
Right, anything has to be in balance. Like food also you have to have in a balance. You cannot do extremes of anything, like I'll go on the fat diets, like I'll be on salads or I'll be on the liquids throughout, okay, and I'm doing the high core on intensity of physical activity. That's where the you are breaking the balance, like you have to be balancing with the nutrition, with the physical activity. Anything in excess, as I said, it's harmful.
Is bad.
So then that's where the lifestyle diseases have provoked.
So I wanted to talk about, make it in 2 parts. One is some of the most common questions that people ask about nutrition, and one is your specialty, which is diabetes, PCOS, and infertility and other female-related lifestyle diseases, right?
Yes.
So that brings me to the most popular question on my list.
Okay.
It says that Okay, now firstly, everyone's putting carbs under good carbs and bad carbs, okay? Now we Indians are very carb dependent. We have a roti, we have a rice, we might have a idli or whatever depending upon.
Absolutely.
So can you put carbs straight away in good or bad, or tell us what is the real carb story actually?
You know, no food is good and no food is bad.
Okay.
Okay, everybody have made in the media carbs as a villain, which is not right. Okay, Indians staple food as carbs. It's just you need the balance. Like if you are a diabetic or you have any medical conditions, a gut health issue also, you go with the carbs which is suitable to you.
Okay.
It is not giving me a sugar spike. We are a millet. Like we also know in 2024 we started a Millet India season also. So India has everything. It's just we neglect it. Like the bhakris have taken over naans, a maida. A kulcha can be made up of ragi atta also, amrant atta also. But we focus only on refined flours. This is a change. So carbs are not bad. You take it in portion size, manage your sugar levels and combine with right proteins. Like South Indian idli, dosa and chutney, sambar is the perfect carb protein meal, in fact.
Why do you say that? Because
carbs,
of the proportion?
urad dal, okay, and the rice. Protein and carb you're mixing. You're not taking complete carbs. You're not taking only rice. Okay. But now there is a switch over. People opt for only rava idlis because it is instant. Right? The packet which you get, instant rava idlis or rava upmas. Now that is definitely you have changed. You have made the shift. The Indian culture was not making a shift of carbs to carbs. It was always a combination. I'll tell you a simple example. Maharashtrian sweet dish Puran Poli. Right? What is the Puran? Of dal, and we have it with amti or with a milk. So there also
jaggery.
The protein or a jaggery, right? And iron is covered in everything. You're covering the protein and the outside layer is of wheat, which is again a good carb.
Okay.
So you have how you're eating and add a bowl of fiber. That's a salad, it can be a soup, it can be sauteed vegetables. When I'm doing a good and proper combination, my nutrition absorption is better.
Right.
Here what we do, we eat only carbs. It's like a burger. At times you tell it, they'll eat only breads. Even kids, they'll have bhaji this much, typical pav bhaji, and they'll have 3 pavs.
Yeah.
But it will be never reversed that I'll have a good bowl of bhaji and I'll have just 1 pav.
Or then if you go on an extreme diet, you just leave the carb completely, right? That's another thing people
But
do.
no food is deprived of carb. Whether it's your vegetables, whether it's your pulses, there is some amount of carbs. It is just a myth that I'm carbs free. You can't be carbs free.
It's the proportion that you have.
Yes, it's a portion. No, even the sprouts, pulses, they have carbs.
Yeah,
It is in a negligible amount compared to what you will have it in rice or wheat.
So basically what you're saying is don't vilify carbs. No food is good or bad. Just see how it is in proportion to what you're...
Yes, and what is suiting even your body.
Okay.
That also matters. That's where we constantly take a follow-ups and we understand, how is your gut health? Very important. See, if we don't pass motions, in the morning, good and satisfied, one whole day we have I'm unsatisfied, something is worried. Those type of feelings come, right? Gut health is very important to clear any medical condition and even with your daily living.
Okay,
right?
So now when we are coming to gut health, suddenly it's a trending topic on social media, right? Everyone's having this kumbachas and like probiotics, and how much is which of these actually help and why this focus on gut health and what should we actually do?
Sampada, you remember in your childhood having one gut health related, an Indian thing. Do you remember anything?
No.
You might have taken, you might have not realized it.
Dahi, is dahi?
Exactly, yogurt, dahi.
Okay.
Right? Or even sol curry.
Sol curry, yeah.
Right? You might have taken either somewhere at least on the Maharashtrian side of trips.
Yes.
Exactly. We have Indian probiotics. It's just again, as I said, fashion and trend that we end up into all these things. They are not even pocket friendly, but most important, it's just a trend what they follow. A bowl of curd, homemade, okay, to be precise, is always the best probiotic. Buttermilk, which is a gut healer, natural gut healer. And definitely, again, we will say a lot of idlis and dosas we are talking. Again, fermented foods.
Okay.
When we have sprouts, when we have our fermented foods, okay, like South Indian meals, they are the best gut friendly.
See.
We all neglect it, and that is part of our daily living.
Yeah.
Why you want to go into out of the box? See, if you can manage, No harm.
So that's actually good news for all Indians that we have natural, gut healthy food in our diets, and we can look at that before we
and
look,
have incorporate in your each meal, even a curry. Like same curd, we are making curries, or curd can be as a part of buttermilk, or simple add it in your atta, and instead of water, replace, and it becomes high protein as well.
Yeah. When we spoke about good and bad carbs, there's also good and bad sugars, okay? I remember going to a restaurant recently which had 4 different sugars apart from a regular sugar. Like they had Jaggery, I think they had...
brown sugar?
Yeah, brown
Stevia?
sugar of course, stevia of course, and then they had another coconut. This thing, and
Dates.
4 of them. Perhaps, for at least 4 options. So is there a good and bad sugar? You're the perfect person to ask.
Frankly speaking, sugars is all bad. But if taken in natural and limited amount, like fruit is also one of the fructose sugar. But if I tell you to have a fruit bowl, and if I ask you, do you go and have a sugar with dahi, right? So what happens is, nobody will choose fruit at first place. People prefer a sugar with curd, right? You are incorporating unnecessary sugar over there. Curd itself is a natural thing. It has little flavor of sweetness. Like milk is sweet, if you taste it as it is. And fruits, which are the best fructose sugar, best absorbed by the body, natural ingredient, why you want to incorporate unwanted sugars in your body. Okay, that's the first part of it. And second part of it, definitely the natural sugars like dates, figs, your raisins are the best. But even if you overboard it, like they are harmful. Anything, though it's the best, will definitely give you a sugar spike if you eat excess. Like I had a patient, madam, I've stopped the sugar in my tea and I've replaced it with Jaggery. I said, whether you take sugar or whether you take Jaggery, they both give same calories. Only the difference would be, Jaggery will give you a little iron. Okay, but end of the day, they are empty calories. They don't give you anything extra benefits, they don't give you any proteins.
So sugar is sugar unless you're having natural sugars, which also you should have
limited amount.
In
like
proportion.
That, the people go for detox, they take 7 fruits in a day. So that is also harmful because kidney cannot take the overload of potassium.
Which brings me to plant-based diets, right?
Okay.
What is your opinion on that? Does that fulfill a body's nutritional requirements if one goes on a plant-based diet?
I would agree with it. It does fill because I myself was, during my second pregnancy, I was completely with the plant-based diets. Because,
Really?
Yes. We were doing we are into the field, so definitely some testing has to be done ourselves as well, whether it's, and I delivered normal, no complication, my baby was healthy, and during pregnancy was constant, since I was in the hospital setup itself, so constant getting blood reports done, just for my own preferences I've done, and even with the baby immediately we did vitamin D, calcium and everything, all normal. So plant diet does work, but only thing is you have to know to balance again the proteins.
Alright. So
see, basically when I talk about vegetarian food, they are not depriving of proteins.
No, it's not. You
right?
have dal and
you
this
have dal, you have pulses, and our lunch or our dinners generally have these pulses, generally have dal. It's just the processed food which has taken over, okay, like having pizza, burger and the one pot meal in the evenings have reduced the proteins. Otherwise, our food was always protein rich and carbs rich.
So when you are following this plant-based diet, what would your food typically consist of? So, because I'm assuming if you were having it, it was a
now
complete...
also I'm pure vegetarian. Okay, so, but I cannot leave curd buttermilk now. It's the born and brought of our juice, that way. So otherwise, I'm pure vegetarian, and you start your day with proteins. The breakfast protein rich.
Okay.
You add your proteins in your lunch and your dinner, and definitely add a combination of fiber to it. Any bowl of vegetable, whether it's a simple uttapa I can add, or a chila I can add with those sprouts, mung, dal atta or something, a bowl of vegetable to it, grated carrot, any seasonal vegetables. So you are covering your provident fund, I would say.
Okay. So
for the long run, that way. And lunch, definitely a dal is always there. If you can't have dal, curry is there, paneer is there. There are so many sources. Soya is there. We have plenty of sources. It's just we need to figure it out which is best for us. Same way for the dinner. Either it's a full meal or even if it's a one pot meal, you make sure some addition of protein is coming.
Okay.
Even if you are having a burrito bowl, okay, it is having rajma.
Yeah.
You reduce your rice, you add your rajma, you add your sour cream, a probiotic is also there.
Yes.
And adding a dressing.
Okay. Okay.
Right? It's a complete meal in fact.
Yeah.
But then people misunderstand. So they do reverse. They'll add more of rice instead of a rajma gravy. That's where you're going wrong. So your protein intake goes less.
All right.
Just to add off this, because this has been my specialty from past 7 years, I am experiencing a very good results with plant-based diet for my IVF patients.
Okay.
Because what happens is, who is vegetarian, not much, they are sorted. But who are very high non-vegetarian, because of the habits, okay, like late nights, stress related to work, the job profile, where smoking and alcohol was not part of the female routine in those days, now it has increased. They have all added to the obesity, your uterus lining is getting thicker, and that's where you end up into like, no babies. Or you are ending up into PCOS or PCOD issues. So plant-based diet has helped them a lot.
You mentioned about IVF and nutrition. I did not realize what a strong role nutrition plays in IVF patients. So can you talk about that? Like what is the connection and how does it facilitate the entire process?
Yeah. So basically IVF is one of the sensitive topics.
Yeah,
It's connected with us so deeply, especially with the women these days.
Yeah.
That and a lot of social pressure. Right? So it definitely creates a mental pressure over there, directly or indirectly. Since they may have a family support, they may not have a family support, but their food plays a major important role. Okay. Sometimes I have a patient who is absolutely healthy but still cannot conceive.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's no medical reason, but they still are going through IVF. I've seen that a lot.
Yes, we find that endometrium lining is not up to the mark for the eggs to get better.
Okay.
Okay, and it can be possible that you can raise those levels with help of food and even reduce the stress. So that's what I do during our coaching and counseling sessions. We help them a helping hand. See, they need to open up. At times when they visit to the IVF centers, they may not open up that much. Okay, so I make sure they talk freely at first place, calming them down and then introducing them to the foods which are making their happy hormones. Which is very, very important, right? When we are very happy or we have got good marks, how kids like, Mama, I want to have an ice cream or I want to have a chocolate. So that's the hormones what they play role over there. And sometimes when you are sad, what happens is you will not eat, you will not feel like eating. There will be a lot of mood swings.
Okay.
Right? So that's where hormonal imbalance is part of female, which creates these issues. So if you are correcting your hormones, definitely naturally also you can conceive unless and until you have real medical issues. Like tubes are blocked. That's definitely, but nutrition plays in a support role over there.
All right.
Right? Like initial conceiving phase also, a body has to be prepared for the delivery, right? It's like we have two scenarios in India. I have the females who are underweight as well, like 40s and 43, and who wants to deliver, and they are unhealthy. Basically, when we do the blood work, they don't have enough of hemoglobin. Their iron, folic acid, calcium is very poor. So pre-conceiving, I tell them 3 months, you start preparing your body, start getting into the good meal plans, little bit of workout. If somewhere uterus is there, I teach them Kegel exercises, which are very important for a uterus.
All right. You specialize in women's issues, right?
Yes.
And a woman's body goes through so many more changes than a man's does for obvious reasons, right?
Yes.
So what is the kind of most common kind of deficiencies or problems that you see Indian women coming to you with?
It's mostly of the iron deficiency.
Okay.
And calcium and B12, vitamin D is part and parcel for everyone. See, vitamin D we don't get anymore. You have to rely on your medications. Okay, we don't go in the sun, the morning hours and late evening hours. Then calcium definitely you can get from meal, but at times absorption is poor.
Okay.
And India has always been into a privilege where hemoglobin is always poor into the female. We in fact run one of the campaign as well. We go to these, small Anganwadis and teach them how to maintain. In fact, I'm connected with these schools also.
For the same
for the
thing.
same thing. Yeah, girls. Because see, when the girls attain their periods, what happens is, though mothers tell them, eat leafy vegetables, but they don't eat. Making kids eat leafy vegetable is today also one task. Okay, that's where the base is poor. That's where you're again lifestyle related. They'll end up into pizza and burgers. We had a phase in life like, you know, the periods were attaining at the age of 14, 18, right? Between 14 to 18 years. But now even third and fourth standard kids have periods.
Now they're getting
It's
younger
reduced.
and
in fact, I had personally done one research in 2000, I guess 5 on 1,000 girls with the two type of class of people, you know. One was the lower middle class with the school, BMC school, and one with the upper. In fact, I found the, you know, the international schools, the girls were having more of obesity, period related, more complications like cramps and 15 days period cycle compared to the lower, where hemoglobin was low, but the girls were having better period cycles because of the eating habits.
So see, there's a clear, you know,
Evidence.
connection.
Yeah, it's my own study.
Yeah, imagine. So that means lifestyle had even affected the entire reproductive cycle of preteen girls.
Preteens. Because that is the base. Your uterus is getting formed. Your body parts are in a growing phase. If you are giving right, proper nutrition, the balance, definitely the later cycles will be better. The reproductive age group will be better.
So let me ask you now, if we are looking at preteen boys or girls, where there's a hormone spurt, you know, irrespective of the gender, what sort of food should they be eating also to control their imbalances?
Yeah, sometimes like boys attend growth spurts suddenly when they are, you know, 9th and 10th standard, those things. And girls have to start the pre itself. Once they are having the changes in the body which they feel, or they start showing up, and they are getting periods, mothers especially, I always take, or parental support is needed very high. You know, they are so much into the fancy, the Korean meals and all. Again, they are all packed meals. Okay, there you are lacking all your nourishment.
And when you did this study, did you find obesity to be a huge problem?
Yes,
as well?
In the international school students, because they were very free-handed with pizza burgers.
So there was... So they were more affluent with more access to education, but they were more obese.
Yes. That's what, and the periods were also getting delayed.
Because of that, I guess. Yeah. So how does one deal with obesity in teens and preteens? See, what is your advice? As
a mother, I would say, Monday to Friday, make a very strict routine at home if possible. That we'll stick to our Indian culture. Roti, sabzi, bhakris, variations in dal. Not to have only same dal every day. Keep sprouts, keep the rotation of them. And make a breakfast healthy option. In the tiffins also, as a make sure that you're giving not only biscuits. See, I understand at times what happens is we tend to, you know, no lack of time. Okay, mother is working. Again, she may not able to cope up. But definitely we can have a simple snack items like kakras are there, a homemade chibra is there. If you want only to give something to your child, fruits are the best. One tiffin you can always give a fruit. In fact, in front of teachers, they'll finish also and come. It's an added advantage, you know, for a mother. If they are doing a chaos at home, at least there they'll make sure, and schools do support.
Okay.
Yeah, and one tiffin you give of a healthy food, no? It can be a simple cutlets, maybe a rajma, soya, or simple chilas. And mothers do another trendy, they'll give smoothies. They encourage, which I feel is personally wrong. Why don't I peel a fruit and give it to my boys or, you know, my kids? Because they'll chew. They'll have good amount of emotional connect with their brain. There'll be a lot of good juices which will create and make my gut also happy. Juices is very easy. I understand, but it's again you'll add sugar over there, and mixing of fruit and milk is anyways not recommended. Even weaning, when my post-delivery is weaning, I start, I make sure I tell them nobody is going to use blenders. We have lovely spoon, we have lovely vatis, please smash. So I train those mothers also. Because if you are processing, again it's going to give us all medical conditions. P, I use word, my P is my favorite word, you know. P for your periods if you want, so please give proteins.
Alright.
You want to overcome your perimenopausal symptoms? Please give proteins, but with fiber, so I am preparing my provident fund for my later age.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you have to calculate.
So it's almost like a mathematical sort of equation in some ways.
Nutrition is mathematical only. We always deal with numbers.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Whether, it's your weighing scale,
Yeah.
or whether it's your meal
which
prescription.
we all have at home. There's also one more thing which has come out so much through this conversation, right? You have spoken a lot about the link between emotional well-being or mental health and foods. You've spoken about mothers, you've spoken about women going through various stages of their life. So is there a connection, or how strong is the connection, I would put it, between nutrition and mental well-being? And among the lifestyle diseases we are seeing are also mental illnesses.
Yes,
so, yeah.
yes. Right now, whatever patients I get, I would say they used to come earlier for nutrition factors, but now they just come to talk, just to open up. And 70% of cases are always into emotional disturbance.
70%.
Yes, yes. So it's like I was all okay. I was not eating anything. But what has happened is now leftovers. So kid has left something, I finish it up. That's where the female obesity starts actually. Okay, and moreover, whenever they are not happy or kids not doing well or anything, it can be any household factor or professional factors, they tend to binge more. That's where your emotions, hormones disturbance is happening. You start binging. Even at times, lack of proteins in the body.
Yeah, that can make you feel low.
Yes, they not only make feel low, but they tend you to crave towards more of sugary foods.
Yeah.
So if you are lacking proteins in your daily meals, a time comes in the night you want to definitely have a glass of chocolate milkshake.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where the connect is. Hormones are completely dependent on food. If you're giving enough of proteins coming from a good quality and quantity, both matters. Okay, so the utilization is good, you will never have any emotional disturbances.
Okay.
Definitely, but you have to add on other factors, like doing little bit of breathing exercises, calming mind, doing more, I won't say yoga completely heal, but you can inculcate some physical activity also which you are enjoying.
So what I'm hearing is that it's holistic advice you're giving. It's not nutrition just by itself, or mental well-being just by itself.
It goes hand in hand.
Everything is connected.
Yes.
You also specialize in, we spoke about women's related illnesses, which you specialize in. Why do you think there are so many diabetes patients and PCOS patients whom you deal with a lot? Why do you think there are so many of them? And I won't ask you for a cure, but I will say that what can we do to prevent reaching that stage that we need to go to a doctor or a hospital to cure that?
There is no cure, but food can be always as a preventive measure. See, if you are in a primary stage, diabetes can be reversed, and the correct word which I would prefer is remission.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So it can reduce in intensity is what you mean.
Yes, it will reduce your intensity on life prolongs. Life, I take an example, a young girl, barely 12 years. Okay? And her weight is 89 kg. 12 years. Okay,
That's
she's already getting her periods. She's dyslipidemia, the cholesterol and triglyceride both were high. And she was already a diabetic, HbA1c 8 point plus, above 8.
So is that genetic?
It was primarily a genetic, but her eating pattern was very poor. It's like going to classes and then all processed meals. Her mom used to give only carbs, carbs, carbs. Basically, tiffin also was paratha and sauce, no vegetable. Okay, and even giving packets, because it was easy. Even she is a working mother. So, she used to say what to do, how much to prepare. See, these are little, I understand those issues, but then end of the day, what happened? Your child gained so much of weight and ending up into so much, medical conditions. Okay, when she came, we clearly made, so it's a team basically. So, doctor said, I won't start the medicine, only you give me assurance that you will take nutrition treatment. Okay, we gave her 3 months challenge. We said, only you can be reversed. Everything got reversed.
Because she was young and adapting, her body was adapting.
And she was very obedient. To be frankly speaking, consistency what she maintained. That I will not eat junk meals. She was properly eating her proteins, I taught her carb countings. I taught mother as well. See, I'm not telling you to go out of the box, no need to do anything which is difficult, but it will be part of your home cooked meals only. But just give her smartly. And even though I got a very good family support, you know, that even if they wanted to eat something which is sweet or, you know, dessert or something, so when she's in school, you'll finish it off. Don't keep ice creams, don't keep excess stuffs. See, it's a child end of the day. 12-year child, 12-year-old, what you will expect. And never no hardcore workouts. Her mother insisted that we have a gym in our premises. She said no. Because she'll not continue. And it may or may not help us or it may cause any other damages. So better that we, you know, we go as per the medical nutrition therapy. Let her do cycling, let her do walk, which she'll able to overcome. If she's going for classes, let her use cycle, which is a natural form of exercise. In fact, she'll have it and it will become her habit as well. So that was a wonderful, and within span of 3 months, HbA1c came to 7. Okay, and next 3 months it came to 6, and she's clear. And now, last month only she had come for the follow-up. She was 60 kg.
That's a really nice example. I mean, we keep thinking that obesity is a problem with older people, but apparently not
It's
just
all
that.
depending on your eating habits.
This was like a really good conversation. I'm remembering one conversation with my trainer. Every time I crib to him about, I want this size waist, and first thing he tells me is that it's made in the kitchen first. That there is no point coming and working out here for 2 hours.
Yes.
So would you like to end with some advice on how seriously people should take their nutrition and realize that is the base of their health? So what would be your general advice to people?
So definitely nutrition plays a very important role, whether you are having any medical conditions, diseases, or you are even non-diseased, you know, because our base lies in nutrition. The day female is getting pregnant, till the last day of her conceiving and till our death, right? We are on food, right? So then what happens is, if we are not focusing on nutrition in our early phases of life, definitely the later we have to pay for it. Like female pays, if she's not having the base good strong in her teens, she'll pay in a reproductive age group, and if she doesn't take care in her reproductive, she'll pay into perimenopausal and menopausal phases. Then generally during pregnancy, doctors advise you, nutritionalists will tell you that you have to take calcium, iron, folic acid, even post delivery of 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Depending on how is your health condition, right? But what do? They don't take.
Or they take it lightly. Their health comes last after the kids and the husband and other elderly
that awareness,
people.
lack of awareness. That's where, and when you go to a doctor, immediately relief you want, right? So medication has taken over food, but in fact it has to be reversed. If we are prioritizing food in our life, there will be no need of medicine. Let food be the medicine.
That's
Right. And awareness, lack of awareness. But though there are a lot of sectors which we are now, trying to reach, like we have small setups in the rural areas where during pregnancy we give them free medications.
Okay.
And we train them during pregnancy how to manage, how to even breastfeed.
Okay.
So we have seen lot of awareness changes coming across. Even I would say add on to, with those fancy, which we haven't dealt with, but I would like to mention over here. Lot of trends in the market with salt as well is going on, if you are aware.
There are, like,
right?
Okay, you shouldn't have too much of salt.
Yes, and if you remember, long back we had started one eradication program of goiter.
Alright, what is that?
So,
Explain.
in earlier, females used to get goiter.
Okay.
It's a one type of hormonal imbalance again, where you lack iodine in the body, and you start getting this part gets enlarged. Okay, so that's where we came in India, that we'll add iodine in the salt itself. If you might have heard iodized salt.
Of course, everywhere you hear that.
And I'm telling this because I am a lecturer as well, and I teach all my girls especially that please don't go into these trendy salt-based diets, Himalayan salt, sea salt or rock salt and all. They lack iodine. They have negligible amount of iodine, and we don't get iodine in foods. Okay, so why the government started in salt? Because salt is very common and cheap, and also used in every meals by everyone.
So you're saying iodine is essential. It's present in the salts that we use in our daily food.
It is specially fortified.
Okay, and we must have it and not
Yes.
try and think that, okay, salt is bad. It's only
Yes.
excess salt which
Yes,
is bad.
but normal salt. It's not all salt on everything, you know. Normal salt, you need to have whatever is going in your prepared meals. Right? Now, why this is very important is coming up with these fancy salts. Earlier, we never had these issues. It got eradicated basically, and India was definitely a goiter free. Now, suddenly, with this pink salt and rock salt, past 3 to 4 years, with my personal experience, I've observed goiter suddenly.
My God.
And during pregnancy, it plays a very major role. Conceiving becomes difficult because you have been born and brought up. Somebody is doing weight loss plan. Somebody has told, some influencer has told, stop all salt. You will lose weight fast, and they salt for everyone. Or if there is a BP patient, they stop salt over there. They switch over to the salts. But then, what is your personal requirement, customized requirement? You have to follow.
See, that's a learning for me. I did not realize that, and I'm very fond of pink salt and rock salt.
You take
and
them
this
as
and that.
on salads or something, it is okay. But whatever goes in your normal food, whether it's for your dal or a cooked vegetable or something, opt for iodized salt because we don't get iodine, and that's where your immunity goes poor. You're ending up into a lot of skin issues. Even these small things does matter.
Wow. See, now that's
No,
one
I mean,
learning for me.
government already did something for you, and now you're putting it that also to reverse.
Yeah, lack of awareness, I think.
Yeah, that's
that
what I
was
said. No,
probably-
nutrition is always on the down frame.
So it was a really interesting sort of podcast with various aspects of women's health, lifestyle issues, and how important nutrition is as part of those. And it was really nice to hear about that, hear an informed opinion on that. So that went off really well. And I hope you all enjoyed this conversation that we had with Rashmi. And comment and tell us what was your learning out of this podcast. I learned a lot of new things, and I hope this helps you. And look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you.